Hello everyone, this is Ofty. Long time no see. I have finally cleared this collapsed 18 chapter. Now I am the third person in our server to reach the max star. It's a little bit slow for me, but I've been trying very hard, like with before the secret release and after the secret release. I found there are two lineups that worked for others, so I've been trying them and trying to play optimally together. It still takes tons of tries and perfect ordering, perfect proc on like silence, stun, and crit to make it happen. So those are the two lineups that I've seen them working. For the first one, which I have a footage for, this one utilizes Seeker, and because this uses Seeker plus Miyuki, we have to let go the 8% crit rate. It is a very sad trade-off, but we have to make it. And the added benefit is here we are allowed to use two attackers again. Kasumi is the best boss damage dealer, and Yumi is really great in like dealing single target damage to bosses, to the like second and third boss, and then also reduce their rage so that they cannot use their unique skill. So all in all, you're saving time by reducing rage, and you're also dealing more damage with Yumi. So she is a really great choice for this team. And because at the first there are a lot of waves, you will have to face 9 units on the enemy board. You need very strong AoEs. I think at least one, but it would be better to have multiple ones, so you like it will be the first ever units to use. If you have multiple choices, then you'll have like more chances to get a perfect ordering, so it's less time consuming to like actually have your luck of finally getting that star. The couple ones, there are a couple partners that can clear the first and second wave. They are Yuffie and Awakened Miyuki, has to be awakened, and also Awakened Phoebe. I tend to think it has to be awakened, but I haven't tried the otherwise. I think also Retanya can do that. Although like Seeger can do that as well, but Seeger has better use. So you would want to choose among Yuffie, Miyuki, Phoebe, and Retanya as your first unit to do the wave clear, and you use it right after the enemy first additional units appears. We'll explain that later. And then you want to use Seeker to kill the very tanky Kiraya on the enemy side. That's where Seeker is for. That Kiraya is really hard to kill, like he's unkillable otherwise before she uses her first unique skill. But if she uses her unique skill, then you get more shield to damage, and it will definitely slow you down. This is the key for this lineup. And then later on, like when you're facing the second, the third, and the fourth boss, it's just about dealing as much damage as possible. It involves having Nicola Hachishiki as the buffer, and then generally Yumi and also like all of those partners can potentially be damage dealers. Yuffie can act as a buffer to other units as well, because Yuffie passive, not here, but Yuffie's passive will increase your damage like on AoE skills, and also increase your damage against these enemy partners greater or equal to 14, which the force boss is greater than 14, so it's helpful on the Kiraya boss. Nina is here because Nina is low cost. If you really lack just a little bit damage at the last, you may have a chance of using Nina there to get the damage and finish the boss. This is a rough strategy, and there's another lineup that can do this. So in this lineup, similarly, you have the 4 partners that can do the wave clear. You don't have Seeker now. how to deal with the first Kiraya. And the way is to have Hachishiki to stun that Kiraya. It has to stun the Kiraya, and you have to kill the Kiraya while she is stunned. Otherwise, she will use unique skill, and all of this will be for nothing. It's really hard to trigger because you need to have Hachishiki at the right time. Hachishiki has to trigger that, and have another unit like maybe Nicola, or I don't know, maybe Miyuki to reduce rage. Otherwise, you will not be able to kill the Kiraya before she uses her unique skill, and it will fail your attempt because of lost time. And in the later part of the stage, you will never use Selena or Anna. They are here just like Selena. Selena is here to buff the leader, to give the leader a little bit more, a little bit more shield. And Anna is here just to boost this CP, because Anna is the best, like the highest CP healer. And then use Anna here will just be able to boost the score a little bit higher, give you a little bit more buff against that enemy. That's the Anna's purpose. And the other things are very similar. The AoE partners are more for the earlier phase. Nicola, Hachishiki are for buffing the damage against the bosses starting from the second one. And then you want to damage them with the partners you have and kill the last boss, mainly using Kasumi, and you may use Nina at the very last to secure the kill before 2 minutes. And now let's go through the gear choices that I have. I'll talk about what else you can do here. So for Kasumi, Dragon Hall, Sakura Ring are almost required. You could also try the other one, Butterfly Hunter, to deal a little bit more damage, but then you will have less chance to crit, and you might need to try a few more times to trigger that. But if you are able to trigger that, I think that's pretty good. It will give you more damage. The zero gear here, I don't think it's required. I just want to use it to test whether it's really good or not. I think so far it doesn't have a huge difference than like a Swing Wine Glass, and like this one cannot heal. So yeah, it's perfectly okay to use Swing Wine Glass. I think here what might be useful is ignore the target's defense. That's helpful to do more damage against really high defense targets, which I think the Kiraya may have a lot of high defense, but I could be wrong. Uniform of Justice, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you want to use is fine. For Phoebe, I think I want to buff Phoebe's attack. And there are only two ways to have a more than normal attack. The first is using Muse Wings. This one buffs attack percentage in battle. Second, you could also use like a Swing One Glance or any other attack enhancing sorcerer accessory. Then you need attack accessory plus attack plus percentage in battle. Those ones will give you more attack, but so far I've been just using this. It worked fine to clear the waves. For Miyuki, Staff of Hope is probably the best, and the other ones I don't know. They are probably flexible. I don't know if this Crimson Long Boots were able to help reduce damage from Seeker. But from my experience, Seeker will damage Miyuki to a very, very low HP point. It will not actually kill Miyuki right like at full HP. So I think maybe try this, or whatever works for you to not get killed by Seeker would be best. And the added benefit is that when Miyuki is damaged to a very, very low HP percentage, Miyuki will be able to use her unique skill again. For Seeker, I think it's very similar. Staff of Hope to increase a little bit more damage. And Bloody Shirt because she is tanking, so maybe she can get more rage to use unique skills one more time before she dies. But we do want Seeker to die because Seeker will not be the best like boss killer in the later phase. So we want her to deal as much damage as possible before she dies. For Rotania, the same thing. We want Rotania to die later on. If we need, if we really want to optimize, and the way to increase Rotania's damage before she dies is probably to utilize the crit rate from her passive and maybe add some crit rates on the boots and accessories, just to hope that she can create a little bit more open, deal more damage to the bosses, and thus resulting in a faster kill. And then for Yumi, it's like I'm using Fortune Caller as like rage control. So that's been my Yumi. This has been my Yumi setup for almost all kind of content. I think it's working fine. For Nicola, I want to say that Cursed Sword is a really good choice for Nicola. However, I find that a lot of times this rage reduction effects doesn't work with Nicola. I don't know what makes it not work, but there is definitely some bug there. I even wanted to like provide feedbacks. There's a bug, and I think the customer support is just saying that they investigated, there's no bug, and they asked me to provide videos before they want to look into it, but I have never been able to record a dedicated video for all the bugs around Nicola. Maybe I'll do it later. For the boots, I think silencing is really good. You want to gamble on the silencing chance to actually get through some of the, you know, cheat some of the boss unique skills to save time. So I think it's very similar for Hachishiki, Cursed Word, and Witch Dance boots. And for the accessories, I think, you know, if you have more Morphle belts, then you probably want to use both of the Morphle belt on like Nicola and Hachishiki. I only have one, so I'm using this on Hachishiki. The benefit here is the Morphle belt deals more damage to Guardian class. So first, it is attack accessory, then it's attack plus per 8% accessory, then it also have additional armor penetration against Guardian class. I think this is especially useful to kill the Angela. The Angela is really tanky, and there really is no other way around it. You just have to kill her faster, and this is the best accessory for that. Alright, what else do we have? I think it's Yuffie. Yuffie, I'm just using Staff of Hope to deal more damage, and very similar setup. Fairy Shell increases crit rate before she dies. Witch Dance boots to gamble the silencing rate. Then for Nina, this Nina is a little bit more different. I just want to maximize Nina's crit rate just for that one hit. It may not work that well, and also I have this Holy Banner to deal more damage on like enemies less than 30% HP. It never really worked for me. That's just my theoretical setup. I guess anything would be fine. You just want your chance to be good enough to like trigger the crit rate. Ideally, you would just be hitting the Kiraya boss, just one target. It will be 17%, very low, but if you're lucky enough, then that will work for you. Alright, I think that's the lineup part. Let me try to explain the gameplay by actually trying one time, and then at the last of this video I'll post my actual footage that actually got it to work. It'll take a lot of tries to get the perfect ordering and perfect proc chances. So when you first enter here, you want to check whether you have those partners like Phoebe here to do the AoE clear. Then you want to wait for the first partner, right? And then she appears. Then you place your partners to do the AoE damage. This will kill 7 units and gain 4 rage. And then they will use that again. Then you will use your unique skill again to kill the rest units, and then their Yumi will appear. And then their boss will use a skill, and then there's a chance to use Seeker to kill the other units except Angela and the boss. And it also kills Phoebe for the first time. And then this will allow you to use Phoebe's unique skill for the second time. And then this is so far the best strategy against the first wave. Oh no, I didn't get it in time to reduce the rage. It'd be really great if you can kill her right now, okay? And then it's just business as usual. You just want to rage control the bosses and deal as much damage as possible. And then the last Kiraya. I don't have enough time, you have to use Kasumi here. And if you're lucky enough, we'll be able to do more damage and have more time as this last boss. Then we'll be able to kill Kiraya. It just takes a lot of tries and a lot of optimizing all the details to do it. Okay, I understand it's not that everybody can do this right now, but it will be like you'll eventually get there, and those are the strategies we can use right now. I hope that they will release like higher level caps, so it makes it easier for the future. But this is so far the strategy. In like if you don't have Seeker, you want to try the second lineup, then you will want to use like one or two AoE partners at the first. Then you want to use Hachishiki. Hachishiki has to stun that Kiraya, and then you have to use either Miyuki or like whatever to kill that unit or reduce the skill rage of Kiraya, so Kiraya never use her unique skill. So a few failure points to retry early is the first one is just that if you failed to find AoE partner to clear the first wave as the first ever units you place, then you can leave. Try it again. Second is if you were not able to control Kiraya to not use unique skill. If Kiraya has ever used any unique skill, like the first Kiraya and the first boss used any unique skill, then you can try again. And then you should try to only let the first boss use unique skill like at most twice, I think. If the first boss used like unique skill 3 times, I think you can try it again as well. For the second boss, Yumi, if Yumi used unique skill more than 3 times, you can try again. It's guaranteed to fail. For the third boss, I think I don't remember, maybe once or not even once. The boss, I think I forgot name. Yeah, Rikia. If Rikia use unique skill twice, definitely retry it. Well, you could try it until the end. Like if you're at the Rikia stage, you're probably very close to the end. And lastly, you want to save Kasumi for if the Kiraya boss will be able to use unique skills. But if not, you make sure to place Kasumi at least 5 seconds before the ending, so that it will still count. Alright, that's all for the notoriously difficult 14th stage. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Bye.
私自らを参戦させるからには相応の代償を覚悟していただきますわよ。妖精の翼の中に沈め、我を守護せよ。死神にまで愛されたのが知ってるがいい。我を守護せよ。死神にまで愛されたのが大資本にゃんぷく二刀流アシュラ。我を守護せよ。彼岸花大資本いけ。宣言突破万歳いけ。彼岸花宣言突破。夢から覚める悲鳴を上げ許しをよく見ときなさい。我を守護せよ。宣言突破。ヤマタの力よ。まだ泣き叫べ。にゃんぷく宣言突破。泣き叫べ。流星の矢にゃんぷく大資本。泣き叫べ。いけ。宣言突破万歳。もうヤマタの力よ。聖剣を解き放て。泣き叫べ。そして滅ぼせ。我が血を代償に。お様にはまだ死ね。お腹すいた。フライトラップの依頼はすべて私の方で処理しておきました。せっかくこんなにいい天気なのですから